Hi, Sam Spernat here for The Informer. Today on Property Matters, I'm going to continue a little bit of a rant about what's going on with the state Labor government. So those of you that keep an eye on the news and what's happening in the grand state of Victoria would know over the weekend it was announced in the state budget that they're going to increase the stamp duty charges for properties over $2 million. And this is just another tax grab by a state government who can't manage their books. The property market is one of the easiest things to tax for state governments because in their eyes, to buy a property or to own property, you must be part of the rich crowd. It's identity politics of the highest order. Oh, well, if you can buy a property worth over $1 million, you must be rich, therefore we're going to tax you. And this is what irks me more than anything. We're coming out of COVID, we're coming into a growing economy, finally we're back on track, and what do? Oh, let's tax people even more. This is just another blatant tax grab from a state government that can't manage the books. So, why does this frustrate everyone so much? Well, the real estate industry and the surrounding industries actually employ 1 in 4 people in Victoria. So really, when you think about it, they're having a crack at 25% of the income producers in the state. They're the ones that actually pay the income tax, they're the ones that pay the stamp duty, they're the ones that pay the payroll, they're the ones that pay the land tax. This is just another blatant tax grab. And what they don't quite grasp is that it's not just, oh, well, I'm rich, I'll pay a little bit more. It's the trickle-down effect. If people have to pay more for land, then the development costs rise, and then the cost of housing rises. Combine this with now their super profits tax when land is rezoned, and they want to tax people up to 50% on rezoned land because, God forbid someone actually takes a risk, buys a block of land, it gets converted into housing land. Now they're saying, well, no, that can't possibly be through good business sense and putting your money where your mouth is. No, we're going to tax you even more. And this will actually affect those that can least afford to be affected the most. What I mean by this is, it's the trickle down. So when a land development goes through, now they're going to have to pay more tax on the profits. Now they're going to then say, well, hang on, I'm not making as much, so we've got to charge more to the home buyers of the subdivided land. It will just trickle down and make things more expensive. It is a very haphazard way of trying to raise money. And what they don't understand is it will affect those that can least afford to be affected in the lower income suburbs, in the new housing estates, where people are trying to get a start. We must absolutely go hard on them for this. We cannot let them get away with doing this without understanding there are repercussions of their actions. For far too long, they have treated the whole property market as just a giant tax grab. You don't see them doing this with share trading. I mean, the federal Labor government did try that, but it didn't obviously work with the election a couple of years ago. But we see them going after the property industry more than any other industry. Why? Because they feel that they can. They feel that they don't have to worry about repercussions of their actions. So we must stand up and argue about this and fight these taxes, because all it's going to do is make housing more expensive. It's actually not going to make it cheaper. They have no understanding of how this will affect the market. They just have these thought bubble policies and off we go, and it's all hunky-dory because if you own property or you're buying development sites, you must be rich and therefore we must go after the rich. It is a very, very bad way of doing things, and we must stand up and fight these problems, because if we don't fight them now, it will just get worse. Taxes never disappear. When we had the GST come in, it was meant to get rid of stamp duty. Now they're raising it. It's meant to get rid of payroll tax. That has never disappeared. These are blunt instruments Instead of actually cutting spending and looking at the budget like that, they go, nah, we'll just generate more income through the property industry because it's an easy target. So if you are thinking of buying or selling a home at the moment, or you own land that is being converted from green wedge to residential, these are things you must be across. And they're combining that with the increases in land tax, it's just a giant grab. If you have issues, if these changes are going to affect you, please speak to good tax accountants, speak to your lawyers, make sure you've got all your structures in place. Alternatively, please feel free to reach out and I can put you in touch with the right people to assist you. But we cannot just let these changes go through without being challenged. I'm Sam Spernat for The Informer, and this has been another instalment of Property Matters. Thank you.